This week on India Sense, we start with New Delhi's outreach in its neighborhood. Now, Asia is at the very center of one of the biggest geopolitical rivalries taking place in the world between India and China. Now, due to its larger economy, China has been able to further its political and military goals via the Belt and Road Initiative. And to counter this, India now needs to focus more on its neighborhood, and it's already doing so. After inviting the very anti-India Maldivian president to New Delhi for his swearing-in ceremony, Prime Minister Modi is now focused on strengthening ties with Bangladesh and Sri Lanka, countries that sit on strategic points in the Indo-Pacific and have been recipients of very large amount of Chinese loans. China has been working on a string of pearls strategy, building strategic partnerships with New Delhi's neighbors. To counter China, India needs to focus on two big things: port connectivity and greater infra investments in its neighborhood. Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina is in India. She and her party share a very good rapport with India. And in January this year, when Sheikh Hasina faced American criticism on her democratic credentials, it was New Delhi that backed her and continues to be one of her closest allies. India has extended LC business to Bangladesh worth $8 billion, but in comparison, Chinese investments last year was $7 billion. And via the debt trap BRI model, Chinese companies won construction contracts worth $22 billion. India's alternative to BRI is transparent and equitable contracts and grants. And nations know it. In fact, no one knows this better than Sri Lanka, which came under heavy debt courtesy massive Chinese loans. As Sri Lanka goes to polls in a few months, External Affairs Minister Jaishankar's visit to Colombo is testimony to New Delhi upping the ante. But it's not just about India versus China. Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Maldives, Mauritius, Seychelles, and other smaller nations in the Indo-Pacific need to balance their development needs with geopolitical stability and choices that they will have to make. And it's up to regional leaders and heavyweights like India to limit the Chinese influence in the region by upping the ante and building better ties with their neighbors.